Hey everybody, my name is Rydo and today we're starting a series for Bejeweled 3. This is going to be an interesting series because since this game is going to, these videos are going to originally air 1 week before October, and October is always the month I spend playing the scariest and most horrific of video games, so a Halloween month as I call it. This series is only going to go 5 episodes. I already know that. Bejeweled 3 is a very good game for that since it is just a match 4 game. You swap things, you match things. When you make a match, the pieces fall down, gems fall down, and you can make more matches, you get higher scores. Scores go to your records. It's a pretty basic PopCap game. Oddly, Bejeweled 3 is like the last game, at least on Steam, released under the PopCap name. I don't know if that was because they were purchased or if PopCap just stopped making products for Steam and instead went with some Facebook thing. Normally I would want to play Bejeweled 1, don't own it, or Bejeweled 2 and go in order, but this is what I've got to fill in the gap, so this is what I'm going to do. By default, this game is on high resolution, which is not particularly high in 2018. This game came out in 2010, so 8-year-old game. Even at the ultra resolution, it's only doing a slightly higher resolution than 1080p. And in a weird way, I'm still at 1080p. So it must be internally taking the 1920 by 1280 resolution textures and scaling them down a little bit, which is fine by me. It does warn, however, you may have to turn down the resolution if the gameplay is choppy. If the gameplay is choppy on my modern PC, that's certainly going to be a problem. No real settings otherwise, other than just adjusting the audio, which I always do. So we can just hop into it and give it about an hour and play. So there are new to the beginning, Bejeweled, try classic mode. I guess technically I'm new, but I know a match 4 game. I've covered the game 10 million. I've covered You Must Build a Boat, so we've done this. There are 4 extra levels in Bejeweled 4 different ways to play. So, like, I guess you have to play with the default ones before you can unlock the extra ones. Solve 40 different puzzling mini games. I kind of want to do the quest mode, whereas lightning mode would probably be the most frustrating to me, and Zen mode seems like it is probably just something you would want to play forever, and it'd be the most relaxing one. Let's try classic. This one has some interesting voice acting. So, illegal move, you must select 2 gems that are adjacent to each other. What do you mean? You made a flame gem by matching 4 in a row. Match it for an explosion. Alright, we'll do the basic. So you can do match 3 or match 4. Ideally, you want to start at the bottom and work your way to things. I guess I could make a 5 if I'm careful enough. But I'd have to get rid of something like this green symbol, and I don't know how that's gonna really happen. I'm going vertically. It's gonna be slightly problematic. I like the little bits of voice recording in the game that for 2010 adds something to what could have been a really simplistic game, and Bejeweled is in theory a simplistic game, so it's gonna want as much polish as possible. Doesn't seem like there's a timer in classic mode, so I can take any amount of time I choose. Well, apparently there's a hint that will pop up if you sit around too long. And it seems like there's enough variety here compared to other match games where... What? Oh, no, go that way. It seems like there's enough variety here that you could actually paint yourself into a corner. And you can't double click the flame gem or do anything like that. So I'm way at the top here, and if I don't start finding something else that I can do, I'm gonna lose. I don't really feel like I should lose immediately on the first move. Suppose the goal is to move as fast as possible. Now let's see what the flame gem does. It blows up the whole section.
Excellent.
You just made a star gem by intersecting matches, two intersecting matches. Okay.
Level complete.
Apparently I finished the level there. Nice little animation, although it's pretty flat. If this game was made in 2018, you could certainly see these gems being rendered in full glory as far as a like 3D OpenGL-esque renditions. What happens if we get two flame gems next to each other? That would be interesting to see. And it seems like as you move forward in the levels, you also get to keep what you build up. So this might be a game of early game strategy where the real tricks show up when you're at like level 100 and you needed to have built an entire collection of flame gems. Let's see. And let's see what this does. That seems to do that. What does the instant replay do? It makes it really slow. And these graphics are difficult enough that they would actually challenge a modern PC. Yeah, so I don't think there's really any concern there. Right. Blow that up. And your level bar is at the bottom. And you just do this. So here's the problem. I may go an hour just playing regularly. Let's see. Like just a regular playthrough here could take an hour, just unless something gets really difficult, unless your run just lucks out, which seems like that's possible. There's a lot more variety here compared to 10 million, where you had swords, spells, stone, and what was it? Food. I think there was 4, maybe 5, maybe 6 items to pick. Where I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shapes already, and with a probably slightly smaller grid than 10 million had. Of course, this doesn't have the issue in 10 million where you are set always under the gun and have to move pretty fast. Of course, this is a keyboard only, well, mouse only game, for the most part. You couldn't really play this with a keyboard, you really couldn't play this with a controller very fast. It would work actually a lot better on a touch screen, and I imagine that would be the inherent better suggestion if you want to play a Bejeweled, is can you get it on your cell phone, and probably can. One assumes that there isn't a cell phone version full of microtransactions or something. No. This is also one of these games that is a lot more accessible to non-video game players. I happen to know at least one old lady that loves to play Bejeweled and would never ever touch any other video game. She's not gonna go out and play a first-person shooter or point-click adventure or even a hidden object puzzle game. She might play a little bit of solitaire and simplistic, slow things like that. But for the most part, Bejeweled and Angry Birds are the only games she would touch. And I can certainly see why. They're not throwing a lot at you, at least at the beginning. And this is not a violence-based theme, which makes it more agreeable to older people, certainly. People unfamiliar with video games and fantasy in general. I've often felt like too many video games fall very easily on the crutch of violence as their main gameplay mechanic, so it's always nice to see something like Bejeweled where it's, no, we just want you to match. Of course, you get to the point now where Bejeweled's been out for nearly a decade. Well, the concept of Bejeweled has been out almost certainly for more than a decade. Bejeweled 3 has been out for nearly a decade. And there have been some evolutions to it, certainly, that make it more complicated, but also appeal to different audiences. One of the evolutions is to add a dungeon crawling element like 10 Million does to it. The other thing is that, particularly in Japan and the Koreas, having a match game that circles around some kind of animated, anime-esque characters that you control is pretty much in pretty good fashion. So I played one that was not anime girls, but anime magical characters for mostly monsters, called Tower of Saviors. Now, Tower of Saviors does have some anime boys and girls in it, but it's not the only focus. There's many games where it's the only focus, and then usually when you see a game like that, the match part of it is not a hyper-focused. The most recognizable one would probably be Puzzles and Dragons, which was very popular, at least for a brief amount of time. You can also see, though, at this point, why this is a great game to only play for about 5 hours. I'm going to run out of things to say. In fact, I've already run out of things to say. It's really just matching. And matching forever. This timer doesn't seem like it goes down, ever. So there we go. And so, one of the things I like about this is it does have Steam achievements integrated. Now, Steam achievements have always not meant anything at all. What was my total score here? 31,000. So had I gotten double that, I would have gotten 5th place in this high score record that is clearly fake names and fake scores. And I was 1/3 on my first try done. apparently there's something else you can get there, and we can get all these badges, and each of these badges correlates to a Steam achievement. So I think it's not really asking too much, as long as you like Bejeweled and you're gonna stick through it for between the 5 hours that is estimated it takes you to play the whole game and the maybe 20 hours it takes you to perfect everything. I guess I needed to reach level 5 at that point. Let's try quest. On the other hand, complete quest to restore lost relics of Bejeweled. So let's see, match 15 butterflies before any reach the spider. Let's do this. Butterflies move up a space every turn. Match 15 butterflies to free them with special gems before they reach the spider. Okay. So that one's green. And so I can do that. Interesting. And what can we do here? Just that. And it seems like as you match them, they have a tendency to appear where they were. Nice little combos. And see, I don't want to even mess anything up, so I'm just going to do this. And can I drag this upward? Yes, I can. Good. So this is an orange, which inherently the orange is going to work just fine anyways. So red might be a problem. I got kind of lucky there. I don't have any blue. Ooh. I'm at the seventh step. I guess I can move that down and buy myself some time. See, I don't even have to do anything there, so I'll use my move instead there. And we've got 5 more to do. And he just pushed down that gem. I guess if I just leave things alone, I'll be fine. Let's see. I'll see if I interfere and make this match, this drops at least 3, so that's 1, 2, 3, then it doesn't match there. So instead I'm gonna take this, match that, and let's see. Take that. And that's 14. And so we just need 1 more butterfly. Let's see, that I imagine will work. And that was 14 again? Well, I don't understand. That should have been 14 already.
Quest completed.
So we finished that. And it seems like once you get all 8 of these done, there has to be 5 more artifacts. So it seems pretty much like a grinding system where you just keep on going. And then this would unlock a bigger, I imagine, more quest things. If there are 40 different puzzling mini games here, I wouldn't be surprised if there's 40 more puzzling or something like that. Let's do lightning. Match tile gems to earn extra time. Extra time is added to your next round where points values increased. Make matches quickly for a speed bonus. Match it out. Max it out for blazing speed. So that's exactly what I thought this was going to be, and that certainly is. You receive the time gem, collect them to extend after the time bar empties. Alright. So that gives me +5. Alright. And just gonna have to keep on playing. Keep on going. It seems like in this instance your time doesn't like game over. It seems more like you're just whatever you are at is whatever you are at, and when time runs out it starts again. Well, at this point I think it does game over. See, I can already tell that the higher resolution on this probably is not helpful. It would be better to be at lower resolutions where the mouse moved a little bit faster. Time, and we get a little bit of explosion, and that was 78,000 points. I did not realize it was anywhere close to that. Of course, the points at this level are a little bit higher. On my first try, I was at 78,100. The lowest of the top 5 fake scores is 100,000. The highest is 300,000. We haven't done any hypercubes yet, and this score doesn't seem like it tells you too much information. We're not getting handed badges like crazy in the way you would kind of expect an achievement game to be. This is not an achievement game. There are several of those on Steam, and I'm not 100% sure why people are interested in them, because Steam only highlights games that you've 100%ed, and having a high ratio of games that you've 100%ed on achievements doesn't really mean anything, and it most definitely doesn't do anything for you. At least when games used to pull shenanigans like give you trading cards that you might be able to then sell for potentially more money than the game itself was worth. I don't think I've ever really found a way for that scenario to actually work. That at least made some sense. It had the whiff of something useful, or at the very least, if you have trading cards and you make badges from the trading cards in Steam, you can have more friends on Steam, which I ask everybody to friend me on Steam. But I also recognize that most people don't have a very high player level, and so they can only friend like 5, maybe 10 people. Zen, relaxing as you play. Relax stress with breath modulation, chill out with some ambient sounds, boost your brain with positive mantras, train your mind with binaural beats. Try them out from the Zen button. Alright. So this is just play the game. So let's see. Audio and visual feedback to let you modulate your breathing rate, assist creating a sense of calm. So it would have that sound effect, I assume. Does it do the background while you're doing that? Yes, it does. Okay. I figured that would be pretty annoying. Ambient sounds, you have a basic coastal, some crickets. You basically get a sleep noise machine, forest, ocean surf. I wonder if all of these sounds files are like public domain. Rain on leaves, waterfall. I've never really seen anybody get any further than that, or just random. Mantras. Various positive textual formations displayed on screen as you play, helping you focus your thoughts and beneficial areas for meditation. And then I have headphones on because I'm recording, so I could do this binaural beats. Safety information. Certain people may experience mood changes, dizziness, muscle twitches, hallucinations, drowsings, and inhibitions to their own health effects while listening to binaural beats. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms while playing, immediately remove your headphones. That sounds odd. So this is a noise generators. I don't like it. I don't think it's doing anything for me. I just don't like the noise. And maybe I need to turn the volume up so people can hear it. It's just low sound effects. Quite a few of them. I mean, seriously, are you playing a game here, or are you attempting to simulate being high via sound? Like, I don't think I'd trust any of these sound effects, frankly. I think they're just random noise generated. Interesting idea, certainly, but boy, do I not like that. Oh, and apparently you can make these things subliminal. And it can do general prosperity, quiet bad habits, self-confidence, or weight loss. And a lot of this feels very much targeted towards bored housewives to stereotype. And this certainly is one of those games that introduced a lot of bored housewives or people that you'd stereotype as that into video games. And this is how we've gotten to an interesting point where a lot of females do play video games, a lot more than they used to in the 80s or the 70s, but they play it on their phone. They play games like this. They're not out there playing Halo. They're not an ex-bro. And in a weird way, ex-bros weren't really gamers until Microsoft spent a lot of advertising and money to convince them that they were into playing video games. And in the whole time while they were doing that advertising, they kind of ignored all the gamers that had been playing video games up to that point, which is weird. So I guess your mantras are here. I accept that things change and end. I don't even think I'd look at that because I'm not really looking at the bar. And there's really no reason, I think, for you to... I live courageously. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to turn these off, otherwise I'm just gonna be sarcastic about them. The combos are always cool in a matching game, but they're almost always unintentional also. Often the only thing you can do to sort of set up combos and ensure it is just play low to the board if you can get away with doing that, which I'm having a little bit of trouble with, certainly. It's not super easy to find matches down on the bottom half of the screen. Arguably, I would say this is potentially too simplistic a game even for the casualist of casual gamers now in 2018. I think even what you would call a casual gamer has evolved, and we are into a new generation of children who have grown up with their parents having iPhones, and thus them being able to play touchscreens and know exactly how that all works. This is just a little too slow, I think, for most people, even little kids. I wonder, one could speculate, if the swipe right and swipe left ideas of Tinder came from something like this, because it's not super intuitive to swipe right or left whether or not you like or want to match with a person. If anything, it'd be a lot more intuitive to swipe up when you like something and swipe down when you didn't. But I guess scrolling up and scrolling down had already been established. I cannot see a match. There's one, I guess. Let's go and take off the... Let's turn on the subliminal and see what that does. Like, how is it going to subliminally push these messages in my face? Is it just for one frame animating mantras wherever the mouse is, or is it for one frame animating mantras down here? It might be doing that. Oh.
Level complete.
I think you could make a decent argument, though, that the voice acting is not as good, or frankly, well, it's fine, but it's just not in line with this game when you're playing on Zen in particular. Like, that makes less sense. It makes a lot more sense when you're playing regular and have a time element to it, or lightning and have a lot of time element to it. Although, is there really a time metric in regular play? Or did it just feel like there was a time element?
Excellent.
And let's see, I imagine, since it seems impossible to lose here, I'd like to push it to the point where either I'm certain that the game is intentionally giving me pieces to make matches whenever I make a match, so there's always one match on the field, or get to the point where the game just says you're done. I suppose, in theory, if you got a 3 gym match and that was it, then the game would have to kind of struggle to not just consistently give you a 3 gym match and a 3 gym match and a 3 gym match over and over again, causing you to. There's a 5. You just got a hypercube by matching 5 game gems in a row. Swap it to trigger. So it won't trigger when you move. We figure that out. Let's see, what can we do here? I kind of want it in the middle of the screen if I can do any kind of setup for that, but I think that's about as much as I can. I'm not 100% sure what that just did. It destroyed something, but did it destroy something of all the same color? Or did it just destroy a bunch of random gems? Or what? Let's see if we can just...
Level complete.
And I don't think there's really anything else to see in this game. I think hypercubes are probably it. And maybe we'll get some amazing combos at some point in the future. That'd be about it, but that's kind of all there is to say or do.
Excellent.
And I kind of feel like I'm gonna have to play some of this off screen, because my thought here is we need to make some level of progress and unlock something in between each of the 5 episodes. Yeah. So if I can't unlock something in the next, say, 20 minutes, then I feel like I've got to move forward. And play a little bit off screen until something does unlock. But I imagine since my main goal here will just be to get all the achievements, and unless I find one achievement now that I have an understanding of this game, unless I find one achievement to be particularly unreasonable, I kind of imagine I'll only spend about 5 hours on this game anyways. Like, I've seen according to howlongtobeat.com, which is a website that doesn't help me as much as I would like it to, because it very often tells me a time that's about half as long as it takes me personally to beat a game. So I don't know if I'm a particularly slow gamer. I guess that's very possible. So howlongtobeat.com said completionists played this game in 20 hours, and that the average regular playthrough is only about 5. So I'm hoping 5 is accurate. The only thing that's really slowing us down right now is just the game. There's an interesting thought. Does YouTube have some kind of filter that would say, hey, we see subliminal messages in this game or this video, so we're gonna demonetize you or block you or give you some kind of strike? I've never heard of YouTube having anything like that, but I wouldn't be surprised if they had some kind of secret system. So I probably should leave that. So we've now unlocked a new mode, Butterflies, as now available in the game menu. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen. And I don't think you leave. Like, I don't think there's a back button or leave the game button on this. Like, I think you just go to the main menu and that's it. Yeah, interesting. So you have to full on delete your character, or make a different character to change user if you want your Zen mode to reset to level 0. That certainly is an intriguing idea, something you want to have in your game as a game maker to keep people coming back over and over again. Not a lot of people do that these days. There's way too many games out there. I personally have way too many games to play. Let's try butterflies. Let's see. Match the butterfly gems with light-colored things. Don't let the butterflies reach the spider. Well, we had just played that mode. I didn't think that's what was going to unlock. I thought what would have unlocked is a slightly more complicated Zen-like mode. And I guess the question would be, can we from the menu see main menu and this and come over here to records where favorite gym color is purple. We'd have to look at all of these badges. So clear 50 flame gems to get this bronze badge, clear 25 star gems, 25 hypercubes. Those are all pretty easy. These seem to all be bronze badges, but this is a silver badge, so did I just skip over the bronze badge immediately? Collect 4 butterflies in 1 move to earn a bronze badge. Score 100,000 points in butterfly. That's what I was thinking, is what were the badges related to this? Complete quest mode to earn this badge. Match 2 hypercubes together to earn this badge. Line up 6 gems in a row to earn this badge. Reach level 10 in classic mode to earn this badge. Score 300,000 in all secret games to earn this badge. Interesting. So, we know what butterflies is. We could either continue down the quest, and I think that's where the direction we're gonna have to go, is finish out quests, or maybe I'm gonna have to put some real grind into this. We almost reached level 5 too, but I think quest in particular is the one that's going to just have this be the same thing, and you can either continue or new game on everything except for Zen. Zen, there's just no new game option. Interesting. So quest is the way to go. Match gems near dirt to dig. Mine 5 gold nuggets. Interesting. So this is more in line with Candy Crush, which, to take a moment, Candy Crush is a fraudulent game, in my opinion. I literally hacked it to give myself an infinite number of everything, and everything you need to continue and keep on playing. That happened really quick. Turn the grid into gold before time runs out in alchemy. Horizontal matches change rows to gold. Turn the whole grid to gold before time runs out. Okay. So, question I guess would be, does this flip things? No. So this is actually super easy. They're all done with staging. And let's see. So we need this horizontal match, that, and let's see, that, and I gotta find a match though. I've got 43 seconds to find the match. Oh, I'm not in a good position.
30 seconds.
Thanks, game. And this game's not gonna give me any help either. So close, and yet so far away. It just got really unlucky. I can't even see anything that would have helped. Maybe I should use a hint, but maybe I shouldn't. Let's see. So, I think horizontal matches probably make it a lot easier. So if you can preface those, I'd recommend it. Keep making matches in the same section. That's not helpful. Let's see. And now we've got just this whole mess on this side. So I matched that hypercube into a blue, and that seemed to get rid of all the blue pieces.
30 seconds.
This is not helping. Can I not do this, or am I just getting a little unlucky? I think your luck just kind of runs out.
Time up.
Quite the challenge, and I don't want to really give it up yet. I do want this game to be slightly challenging. It would be rather dull. Like, I've been talking a lot about how this is a 5-hour game. If you pay even, let's say, $5 for this game, $1 an hour isn't the greatest of deals when it comes to video games. However, also, match 3 games are, if not actually a dime a dozen, certainly games that feel like a dime a dozen when it comes to just how many there are and how much time I'd really want to spend playing them. So this is hardly a game that I would look forward to spending 20-30 hours playing.
30 seconds.
So if this turns out to be a little bit simpler than you normally would expect. I find the gold background with the yellow makes it a little difficult. Let's see. And I don't know if I ever want to get a hint. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think that helped. But it did hand me like a hypercube. Interesting. That, and then that, and so we've got like 3 verticals left to go towards. And that's not gonna help anything, really. There's one. So if I could just get a vertical or horizontal down here, if I could just get that lucky. But I don't know how you get that lucky, because I have to move so many pieces out of the way to get back down to the base. Yeah, there's just not enough time. Interesting. I could probably skip this too, and I think the game is intentionally giving us different things to do, and you only seem to need to do 2 of them. Well, 4 of them. I wouldn't be surprised if the last artifact of the, what was it? Well, if there's 8 here and there's 40, there'd be 5 artifacts. I wouldn't be surprised if the last artifact requires you to do every single thing that you hadn't achieved up until this point. Still want to stick to it. I have a little bit of stick to it in this, although not a lot. Frankly, if I don't get this done on screen in this recording, I'll get it done off screen. I don't really think you're risking missing a cutscene or anything like that. It's just going to show a score, and that's about all there is going to be to it. Let's see. There we go. And let's do that. Oh man, I almost had it right there. And there I got it.
Quest completed.
See, feels very much just kind of random there. Let's try this. Clear 120 gems in 20 moves. So this is Strata Max. Clear 120 gems in 20 moves or less. Try to create it. Detonate special gems for maximum potential. So I do this, and what else have we got? This. And this. Let's go this way and get rid of all the white, clear silver ones. So how many moves have I done? 14 left. And we've done 44 of 120. That doesn't seem like that's much of a problem. As long as you have even the slightest of experience doing match 3 games, I think you can figure out how to do this on the first couple tries. It seems the opposite of being just random. And do that. We have 4 moves left. However, I burnt through those moves rather quickly. 3 moves left and 12 pieces need to be eliminated. 7 pieces need to be eliminated. I'll get 4. And then the next one has to have 3, so I've already won. Unless I somehow found a way to not make any matches. So I can do just like a pathetic 3 there. And the quest will be completed. You've unlocked the new mode, Diamond Mine, now available from the game menu. So, there are 5 artifacts, but they scroll up here. I would say the interface on the system is a little random on where they put boxes. You can see this is where they're putting buttons, how they're animating buttons. We've changed styles several times since this game came out in 2010. This would not be acceptable to just have this stylized buttons that aren't clear and then have text overlays for other buttons in different places. And the way, I wanted to talk about this some more, the way this depicts, it's pretty obvious now. You only need to do 4 of each, but if you want to get all the achievements, you're going to have to come back and do the other 4 to fill in a second tier. Which, no problem with that. I assume you cannot replay anything. So, eventually the game is going to push you to doing everything. And Diamond Mine is the game we've already done. So it seems like there really kind of is only 4 game modes that they're really, really proud of. And the other game modes are going to be just ever so slight variants of game modes we've already seen, that so much so that they're not interested in making them their own separate thing. See, that was what I was talking about. If you get a level like that where it just is going to constantly do the same thing over and over again. I can't break these. Get rid of the white ones. And see, I don't know if we're getting gold or what here.
30 seconds.
Because this feels like it's just gonna keep on going up. Ah, yes, it seems like the dirt just goes up, and this is kind of like a Tetris-esque experience. Let's see. And there's little collectibles that you get more money. Although at this point I think probably I'm gonna need help. I want to get rid of the greens. Let's see if we can get that achievement for getting 2 hypercubes onto each other. Nice. And so I imagine there's a secondary badge related to the amount of money you get in this, and I may have already gone further in that level. I may be at the silver or the silver or gold level potentially. Keep on playing until we run out of time. So close. Let's do it. Let's see.
30 seconds.
Come on. That. Like, how much more of this can I keep up? Can I get that? 100,000? That seems a little high. It feels like maybe I could get that high though. If I was just given enough time. There you go. 84,000. So for clearing 50 flames, we got the Inferno badge. For matching 2 hypercubes, we got that badge, which is an elite badge. See, collect 5 artifacts in the diamond hunt to earn a bronze badge. I guess I didn't do that. And see, now it's stacking on top of each other, saying collect 350 flames. So just ever so slowly you will unlock everything. And for this quest, I really only needed to get 1 more artifact. Interesting. Apparently I didn't find any diamonds. You can see where lowest score is 100,000, highest score is 300,000. We're staying pretty consistent within everything as far as what our scores are. I imagine if I just put a little bit of time into it, we will be able to get all of the high scores, or at the very least get the badges, which score 300,000 points in all secret games to earn this badge. So top secret. And is there another thing that score 100,000 in lightning mode, score 100,000 in poker? I guess we haven't seen poker yet. And ice storm, so those are the other 2. Stats wise, it's giving us some generic stats that have boiled down from the other stats. I guess there really wasn't much of a thing here. We can see they let you have your Steam badge. That's kind of nice. I'm already 8 in lightning. Haven't played poker. Didn't make it on the board with butterflies. Haven't played ice storm. And I'm already 7 in diamond mine. So in less than an hour of gameplay, we've unlocked 2 of the 4 secret things. We've pretty much figured out Zen. I don't think there's really any reason to go back and play any more Zen. I didn't see any badge related to that. I'll have to double check to make sure if there's not some Steam achievements that are on top of the badges, but they seem to be the exact thing. The original untimed game, or play it timed. So we're gonna have to bounce between playing classic and lightning until we get these 2 unlocked and have a healthy dose of quests in the 4 remaining recordings that I'm going to do of Bejeweled, and wherever I get after those 4 remaining episodes, that'll be the end of the series. It's hard to criticize a game like this. It's old, certainly. You could make a Bejeweled 4, put some polish in it, think up some more game modes. Certainly you could keep on doing that, I'm still not 100% sure that PC is the right platform, but maybe you make a PC version and a mobile version and they interconnect with cloud saves. That would be something you would expect with a new game. But there's also not a lot that you can say bad about it. It's a match 3 game, match 4 game. And it seems to be doing it fine. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me, I'm asking people to friend me on Steam and gift me a game or a gift card. That's the only way I'm monetizing my videos right now, so if you see any ads, those aren't for me. Feel free to skip them. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.